you so much for giving me the opportunity to present the partnership between Benin, Bhutan, and Costa Rica on South-South Cooperation for Sustainable Development. Thank you. This partnership, it's really about thinking globally and acting locally, and it was actually born in 1992 in Rio, when there was bilateral agreement between Costa Rica and the Netherlands and Benin, and then with Bhutan. And then it was transformed in Rio +10 in Joburg Convention into the South-South Cooperation. So it's really compliant with it, thinking globally and acting locally. We're based in priority themes defined. We're 3 countries in 3 different continents with many different issues, but the most relevant thing is not what we have in different, but what we have in common, and the common goals, and the joint efforts, and all of the joint activities that we have identified, that we have a common opportunity to learn from each other, and they're being implemented locally by local organizations in each of the 3 countries. Next, please. Our guiding principles have been equality, reciprocity, and participation of all society stakeholders. We're really focusing on common interest. It is not just I learn from you. It's I learn from you, you learn from me, we learn from each other, and we build up on that. And also participation of society, a full participation of stakeholders. It's because many different actors are involved, not just NGOs, but NGOs, private sector, governmental sector, and universities. And it is really, in many of the cases, private-public partnerships that we have been building between the 3 countries. And it's been, I have to say, we believe it's cost-effective. It's been a 4-year program for $13.2 million, and more than 140 organizations in the 3 countries have been involved. And within this program, 36 projects have been implemented in areas of sustainable tourism, sustainable consumption and production chains, sustainable use of biodiversity, and gender equity as a cross-cutting theme, and and sustainable energy and climate change. And I'm going to focus in one of these 36 projects that has been showcased in the documentation that you mentioned. Just before going into that, I want to mention that we have had in this 4-year program very impressive results. More than 26 direct beneficiaries have been benefited from the program. More than 400 communities have been involved. More than 4,000 new jobs have been created, more at the micro and small enterprise level. And even those small micro and enterprises have created more than 600 new products, new sustainable products. You're welcome to come to our booth. You'll see some of the products that have been actually created by these projects, like organic soap or one handcraft product. And specifically, thank you. Oh, you can, next please. And more focusing into this very specific project that was scaled up, and it's about systematization and analysis of the contribution of national parks and biodiversity and biological reserves to economic and social development. It was really about identifying what are the socio-economic benefits to the society from national parks. Because often we're, at the country level, it's thought that national parks are being kept just because of environmental reasons. And it's not just because of that, at least in the case of Costa Rica, and then it was also moved the experience into Benin and Bhutan. There is very high benefit to the community, and economic benefit. So there's incomes because tourists go to the national parks and they stop at the community and then they are involved. And there's also a lot of tourist operators and tourist small organizations being benefit from the national parks. So there was a methodology created by the Universidad Nacional in Costa Rica, and was adapted and applied also in Benin and in Bhutan. And there was so many interesting contributions from the Beninese and the Bhutanese context that was built up on the methodology. and the experience was shared. And mainly, one of the results was more at the, next please, at the national level with the policymakers, where you can start first when identifying what are the benefits to the local community, but it's more what is the benefits not to the national level, but also what should be done in terms of policy making. Thank you. And regarding national parks. So it does really it should be a very close collaboration between the private sector, including small enterprises and tourists from the tourist sector, but also little restaurants or little shops, but also with NGOs, and with the government. And the experience was scaled up and applied with excellent results in Benin and in Bhutan. And actually, my colleagues from Benin and Bhutan are here, and you're welcome also to discuss further with them at any time. Just wanted to mention another example of a bilateral project between Bhutan and Costa Rica that had so many good results that it was also scaled up into Benin. And it was more about learning how it can be moved from how we can improve the benefits of the commercialization of handcrafts to the artisans themselves, and not really into the traditional commercialization chain. And that was more a learning from the Costa Ricans that we learned from the Bhutanese that do have a lot of experience into how to conserve and create value from your culture. So that this is a process that went into the local, to the national, to international. And in terms, next please, and just to finalize, what is more the scaling up of the whole program? We're saying we're looking for new partners, and to come into the picture. You're all welcome. There's great opportunities of South-South cooperation that we've heard, and that we would love to join efforts and scale up on more South-South cooperation initiatives. Thank you.